nation, destroys our generation. I don't mind. I don't mind. I don't mind. I don't mind.
Yo, what is going on there, everybody? Just getting everything squared away here. Get things started up on time. How is everybody doing out there this sensational Saturday? Lovely weather out today. I guess as far as hopefully everybody's having wonderful days. It's getting things loaded up. I got some more map stuff to do here for the Dairyland 4X map. For Farming Simulator 22. So that's what's going to be the name of the game here. So a couple of name things. We did get some things figured out. We got a little bit more insight, I guess, as far as in how to do the necessary things, I guess, as far as for getting AI tasking to work in that menu, I guess, as far as new function, I guess, as far as that's available. Farm Sim 22 that has been available in Farm Sim 22. So got a little bit more insight, a little bit more assistance even, I guess, as far as in getting that to work properly. So, be able to play test a lot of that to see how that's all working. Check some things out. Little tweak here, so on and so forth, and I think we'll be good to go. Alright, let's see here. Alright, put that down there. Alright, let's take a look here and see what we got going on here. So, one of the first items up for grabs or that still needs to be worked on is our racetrack. So we haven't really done much to this, I guess, as far as in a hot second, I guess, as far as to get some things resolved that still need to be. So one of the things was the glowing part, the part that turns on at night, as far as it needs to be corrected. So this is based on one of the dealer signs that is in Elm Creek, and it's been retextured. Not really modified all that much until now. This is what we got loaded up in here. I guess as far as to get this piece here, which is just a one-sided flat poly, I guess as far as that has a decal on it, and allows the sign to glow at night. So that is what we're going to work on first. We got a couple more items on the track, I guess, as far as to work on, namely the wall logo that's on this end of the track. We're going to put something onto that. So we do have some items here in our paint program, I guess, as far as to do that. Some of these are just in here for reference, just to confirm, I guess, as far as everything's at. So this is our glowy piece that we have in here, just to make sure that everything, we're conforming all of these pieces, I guess, as far as the way they need to be. Don't mind, I guess, as far as the fact that it doesn't have transparency on that. Once we get this exported out there, that should be all fine and dandy and good to go. Yeah. Alrighty then. So, what I'm going to do is put this directly left. We need to square this thing off, because like I said, this piece here is based on the original sign that comes out of the Elm Creek map, one of the base maps, because as far as the dealer sign over there. So we need to modify this a little bit to fit what we need it to be used for. Probably the main thing all we'll need to do is to square this off, number one, but also give it a little bit of padding on that end, much the same as we get to do on this end. And then to get that to, we may need to adjust the texture onto that, I guess, as far as to get that to show up on our sign properly, I guess, as far as between day and night. So let's just see how this goes. So this side doesn't light up, but this side facing the road does. Okay. Alright. So at least we got our reference of where we need it to be. And where it's at currently, I guess, as far as in modeling program here. Okay, so I think initially what I want to do, I already got this as an editable poly. Get right into it. So on this X, I want to grab this value, square this puppy off. Wait, is that on the, hold on a second. Which axis is that? Well, that is on the Y. Okay, so I need to borrow this coordinates. Wrong coordinate. Okay. Always helps when you have the right coordinate. Okay, straighten it out that way. Number one, and then I want to add same amount of padding on this too. Let's see if these Y's are the same. Okay, those are good there. So that's all nice and squared off now. Let's grab both of these now. Push it out this way. Probably the other thing I could do, here, let me back it up. Another thing I could do is UV map this. Get the same amount of padding on this side. Yeah, I might try that. Let's try that. Let's do that. Let's go like this. And we'll open up our UV edit window, apply our texture. I did have to bring this in as a PNG because the texture that's applied to it has the compressor as far as, yeah. Not able to open that up in here in 3ds Max, unfortunately. So we had to put that in the PNG, I guess, as far as basically the same texture, just have to apply it in here, I guess, as far as a little bit different is all. Nothing major. Alright, so what I can do here is straighten this out like so. Then we can take, yeah, I guess we can do that. Let's do it this way. We'll grab these two, keep that over this way. should have that. Cool. Now, I don't know if that's going to be enough or not. We'll bring that, we can back this up, collapse that all. That's good. Let's see, where's our pivot at? That pivot looks good. I do want to reset the X form, since we did adjust the model itself. I put it twice? Yes, I did. Alright, that should be... Oh, wow. Okay, I did not realize that was not 100% straight. Okay, we'll have to fix that first then. Let me go ahead and collapse this down. I did not realize that is not perfectly straight. Oh, we're going to fix that. I'm going to tell you what. I wonder if that was what was causing me an issue. That must have been. Yeah, so I was having a little bit of flipping issue in here in the first place. So all the more reason, I guess, as far as to edit this piece here to get it to work a little bit better. Okay. Now, this might be a little bit interesting here, so I'm not sure how I'm going to... Might be a little bit of guesswork, I guess, as far as get this straightened out. We don't have any vertex in the center. Let's see here. How do I want to go about this? So I guess what I could do is just eyeball it. Let's see where this lands up here. So we should be able to zero that out on the X. Like so. That should get that back straight. Yep. That's what we should be able to do. Just on the X. Throw that out. There we go. Now it's not bent anymore. Alright. Cool beans. Now we will have to check our pivot. Okay, that should be good. Now we'll redo our X form. Good thing we checked that X form because we see all that was out of whack. I always mention this because as far as if we see it, the model, as far as that bounding box would be out of whack, definitely did prove to us as far as that it was. So definitely need to correct that. Alright, reset that. Oh, I did it again. I did it twice. But this is what we want to see now. Now it's not out of whack. It's all nice and straight. Beautiful. Alright, we'll go ahead and collapse that all down. And that's just that simple. Now we'll go ahead and spit this out. Export it as an i3D. And I think I'll go ahead and put this right onto our desktop as i3D. And we'll just do this as... Doesn't really matter what we name it because we're not gonna... Just need to get it back into our racetrack. Yeah, that'll be good. Fine. Export that. Okay, now what we should be able to do is go into here. And we can change the directory to which those textures are applied, I guess, as far as once we get it in here. It's not going to be in the proper location. We want this to read from our map. As we can see here. Well, they didn't fix this in the new update, I guess, as far as to show our textures here. So I'm going to go like this. I was hoping they would have fixed that as far as it always shows it empty. When we go to look at the pictures, the texture's right there. And normally when we used to be able to click on this, the texture would automatically show. Whatever reason it makes us paste that into here. You have to point to it and go like so. And then it brings the texture into the preview. Anywho, we'll need to get that pointed to that directory again. So on that. Now let's bring in our new model, our edited piece. That's right on our desktop. Right here. Okay, so I'm just getting the error for the old shapefile. That's that'll be fine. Let's go ahead and do an edit cut. Paste this into here. And it's not going to be in a position because we did reset it to 0 and all that good stuff. So let's see what we got here. So we should be able to put this at 90, it looks like. Alright. Now, what I'm going to do is hide this old one here for now. Leave it in here just yet. We're not done. May need to adjust some things. I'm already noticing, yeah, so the scale and the texture on this one here is not the same. I'm gonna get this centered up as best we can. And what I might go ahead and do, scale it like this. Alright, I can always reset that scale too. Okay. I think that might work. I can see how much difference there is there. Not too much, but this one's only, we're going to have this on a visibility condition too, I guess, as far as that's only going to show at night. So basically it'll cover the main texture, which is this right there. We can see there isn't too much of a difference on that. Let's go ahead and make that a little bit wider. Mostly on just the one axis there, so it should be good. I think that'll work out pretty good, actually. Okay. Sweet. Now, okay, what I should be able to do. Alright, we do not need a rigid collision. We don't need a rigid body into this, that's for one thing. We need to change the clip. The original was 170. Let's do the same on that. Don't need that height of a clip on this thing, that's for sure. Take the rigid body off of it. Don't need any collision. I am going to go ahead and repoint this to the proper directory, which is going to be in our map, not from here. So I want to go here, maps, right to our map, placeables, racetrack, textures, and we want to point to this guy. So, nice. Now we can, let's see here. So we had, what was our gloss? Okay, that was just the default specular and default normal. Pretty simple. Alright, sweet. And it does have alpha blending on there. Okay, I'll have to remember that. Don't know if I need to retain that or not. So we'll take a look here. Appreciate the lurkers, Smoodalini. Welcome on in. Okay, Courtney. Oh, what's up, Courtney? What's happening? What you been up to? Staying out of trouble, I hope. Let's see, let's do this. Okay, so we've had, okay, so this default normal and specular on this, that's what I need to double check. Never. Guess I kind of asked for that one, right? Just working trying to get the kid passing classes. Yeah, I get you. I did. What did I do? I should have not even entertained that idea, I guess, as far as to stay out of trouble. That is not in the vocabulary, right? Okay. So all we're doing is we're working on our racetrack sign here. So we've got this piece here is going to be something that's going to light up as far as when it's at nighttime. We'll be able to put a particular shader to this. So the one that shows by default is going to be that, and the one that turns on will be this. Now it's not done yet, but it's getting there. We got some other bits that we want to put onto this sign. One of the finer details that still need to be done, I guess, as far as for some of the amenities on our map for Dairyland map 4X for Farming Simulator 22. Yeah, I think it's turned out pretty good. I appreciate it. I'm still not 100% sure what I want to put in these two spots. So there's items that we can put in here, and then this white spot. My texture for that is right here. So we just left them blank. So this is being borrowed from a sign that's in another map. We're repurposing it, I guess, as far as for our needs, I guess, as far as on our racetrack. So this is part of the reason why we're modifying it just slightly. What can I do? Yeah, so I was trying to keep it like racetrack oriented. So like, I don't know, I was tending to look at other racetrack signs, you know, as far as like what type of advertisement and stuff like that they have on there. And one of the things that comes to mind, for example, is to have some type of racing fuel, and then some other type of advertising. I do have an idea, I guess, as far as for one of the wall logos that we have over here that's still blank. I do have that texture open as well. I got an idea as far as what I want to put here. We'll play around with that and see what we can come up with. Something a little, you know, a little catchy, I guess, as far as that kind of fits the whole dairy map, I guess, as far as theme, I guess, as far as we got going on in the map. But I'm always open for suggestions too, I guess, as far as for what y'all, I guess, as far as what have for recommendations. I am not, this is kind of what we do on Saturdays, just as far as to be a little bit creative, expand the minds, you know, if you got an idea. Not necessarily saying that we'll use a lot of the ideas, but I'm always open for suggestions. Some of the initial ideas that I have doesn't always fit, I guess, as far as what we're trying to go for. I get a lot of ideas, I guess, as far as from viewers in chat, so it is actually, you know, the map is being built, I guess, as far as in a fashion that does kind of accommodate, I guess, as far as, you know, for other people to want to use it, not just me. So those some other things that we've done to the track as far as to put, this turned out really cool too. I'm gonna put some light on this subject here. Nope, we need to rotate this bad boy. There we go. So we did put this onto our brick wall, I guess, as far as on the back side of our main grandstand, our press box, and that turned out really good. That turned out really nice. So stuff like this, I guess, as far as we're trying to make it really cool. We've done some things with the flag stand, and like I said, we'll do something with the wall logo. We already done something with the billboard. I was gonna put some more billboards in here, but kind of limited on how much we got in advertising. So a chocolate milk ad could be good on the orange. Otherwise, never thought about chocolate milk. Yeah, so I was thinking, like I said, as far as to be racing related, I guess, as far as to be something race fuel, like methane, ethane, I guess, as far as that's the latest thing, I guess, as far as being used, I guess, as far as for yeah, fuel for vehicles, I guess, is around. So one of these I'd like to make something racing fuel related, not necessarily a national brand. We want to have something fictional. I guess as far as that fits, I guess as far as we got it. This is relatively a fictional map and a fictional speedway. So not necessarily a thing that's national brand type of name, you know what I mean? Copyright stuff. Yep. But a chocolate milk ad wouldn't be terrible. So it's just these two spots are the orange and the white. So yeah, that's definitely a good suggestion. Not gonna rule that out. We could also add, we do have the capability, I guess, as far as of adding more billboards. I put this one in here as a place setter. We'll probably leave this one the way it is because I think this turned out pretty good. And you know, if we had a chocolate milk ad, I guess as far as similar ones like this billboard, we can add more. So this is just one billboard that has this decal, and we can create separate billboards with different decals with different textures on it. See, that's a separate decal for that. That would not be that difficult at all. Oh yeah. So it doesn't necessarily have to be dairy, but kind of along the same lines as both dairy and racing. And like I said, one of the things that has kind of been in my mind, I guess, as far as, you know, the whole idea of cow farts and methane, and the fact that there is methane that is used, I guess, as far as to run race cars. Methane, ethane, you know, corn fuel, as far as ethanol, things like that or whatever, are very much used, I guess, as far as in reality. So once again, even though this is fictional, we can still apply some realistic things, I guess, as far as to it, but come up with our own name for something like that. So it can both be dairy related as well as racing related. Doesn't necessarily have to be all completely just dairy. But like a chocolate milk ad could be something like, for instance, I guess as far as a particular, like we go Dairyland, chocolate milk is the energy drink, I guess, as far as of all race drivers, something like that. We'd shorten that up and, you know, kind of compress that a little bit, but, you know, something to that nature. Not out of the realm of possibility. Yeah. Alright, so we still got to do some more with this. Go back to this for a second. So this is our new piece. We've already got it pointed to the texture where we want it to be. Now we got to add our default gloss and normal. Would you do cow racing or cow tipping? Like tip your cow? Oh, that would be funny. Yeah, I never thought about the cow tipping stuff. See, this is what gets the creative juices flowing, I guess, as far as like that. Yeah. You know, like, okay, here we go. This is to add the whole to add to the whole chocolate milk concept. So like, don't tip your cows. Tip a bottle of chocolate milk. You know, something to that degree. We can create some type of advertisement. Don't tip your cows. Tip a bottle of chocolate milk. Dairyland chocolate milk. Into your schnoz. I don't know. We could think of something. We could think of something. All right, so we need to point this to for our gloss. Yep, we need to go to our default game files. Is in here, and that's going to be here. Wait, is that right? Yeah. And we need default specular. Marvelous. And also default normal. Now, I gotta double check to make sure I do have the tangent on here. I do not. Let's get that on here first. Without this on here, I guess as far as we won't be able to apply normals, I always gotta make sure. It would definitely yell at me, I guess, as far as if this wasn't checked. But if I can avoid having it yell at me, I will do that. I'll take that every day. Okay, so default normal. Cool, so those are good to go. Now I'm just going by what was applied here previously. Now it did have alpha blending on here, which I don't think I need. Basically what that normally would do if you have a texture that has an alpha mask, which we do have to this, right? But because it's already transparent, I shouldn't need the alpha blending. Usually the alpha blending is only if you've got a background to your image, which we do not. So I think we should be able to get away with not having alpha blending on our new piece. This one don't. Alright, so that.
Smudilini says not all PP time is poo-poo time, but all poo-poo time is PP time.
Is it? I never know that. I'm glad you yeah, you're keeping us honest there, Smudilini. I don't think a lot of us did know that, so I'm glad you're educating us, I guess, as far as on those facts. Thank you for that. I'm glad someone's finding the TTS redemption, I guess, as far as useful. We've seen some very interesting uses, I guess, as far as for the TTS redemption. That's just one example. Very one example. Alright, so that's our original piece. We've got our normal gloss and our main diffuse. The only thing left I gotta do is apply the shader, which is a glow shader. And no variation and light control 1. Okay, let's do that. Oop, I'm gonna close up this billboard, otherwise I'm gonna keep going in there and trying to make changes to that, and I don't want to do that. Alright, so glow shader. This is all in the default game files. Okay, so it's gonna glow. That's good. You do want that. No variation. I'm in the light control. That's cool. Now, I want to put a visibility control on this, as I already mentioned, a condition, meaning that this is only going to show when it's at night. So anything from 7:30 at night, 1930 hours in the game, as far as game time, is when this will turn on and stay on until I think it's 07 or 08 in the morning. Somewhere around that range. And then depending on if it is cloudy, as far as rain conditions, that'll also be a condition, I guess, as far as in one full swoop. So on our new piece here, we need to go to here, we turn that off, and then go to weather required, and I need to put this on bit 6. That's what that'll do. Then okay, that'll turn that off, and that's fine. That'll be just dandy. So we'll move this up to here. And we can now take this one out. Don't need this one anymore. Cool. I'll just do a quick little rename on this. Alright. Now that I got pretty much everything set in here, I'm going to go ahead and re-export this out. Export selection. And we're going to put this guy, I think, right back on the desktop. Right that way. Yeah. Let's do this, and we'll just call this glow. I already had a glow, let's do a glow 2. That way, if we have to go back to this one that I already previously saved from exporting from our modeling program, I can still do that. Probably shouldn't need to, but you never know. And then what I want to do, actually, is open that guy up. Get onto my desktop. Un momento. We need to open up this feller, Glow 2, in our editor. So I'm going to open up a separate session here of the editor, and I just want to confirm that everything did save properly before I bring it back into our racetrack here. My second instance of my editor would open. Come on now. Why is that not opening? Okay. Oh, there it goes. I don't know why that was being so slow. Alright, so there's our piece. And it should be in position there. We want to leave all that coordinate. Alright. Now, because we got the visibility condition on there, it's showing the shape there, but not the... And that's fine. Now, if I was to turn this off for a second... Let's clear this out. This should show, just to confirm. We can always put that back on. Okay, so we know the piece is there. It's good. Awesome sauce. Now, let's go ahead and reapply that. That's why I wanted to open up in a separate session here, just to make absolutely sure everything was working the way it's intended to be. Okay, so that's going to be good. What I also want to do while I have it in here is freeze the scale and also the rotate. We don't need these values being there. Only thing we need are our X, Y, and Z to remain the same. We're going to go freeze transformations, not preserve. We want to do rotate first, and then the scale. Voila. Close that. Alright, cool. Everything looks okie dokie smoky in there. So let's go ahead and resave this over that. Yes, please. And then we can close this session of the editor out. Come back to our racetrack and we can reload. Let's take this guy out of here. And then we'll bring in one we just saved. Right there. Now, once we get it into here, we should automatically put that into position if we've done it right. If it don't, then we screwed something up. And there it is. Sweet. Now I just want to move this up one. Like so. And we're all good to go there. Sweet. Whip, bam, boom, and there she could be. Now, you can't see that, like I said, because it's far. So in the editor here, it's not going to show us. We'll be able to have to test this in the game, so once it comes nighttime, we should be able to see that glowing piece, I guess, as far as that we just put in here. So that's what we'll need to play test in the game itself, I guess, as far as to confirm that that works. All right. The next thing I guess we'll do is we'll stay on with this sign here. I do have this open up here. So one of the things I want to apply on here is something race fuel related. So I don't know if I want to leave this orange or if I want to change it to a different color. I was thinking maybe even changing this like to a green for like at least ethanol, and then go that route, I guess, as far as with like American ethanol or something like that. I don't want to use necessarily a national brand, I guess, as far as for these, but something along the lines of that. So what we can do is at least, okay, I can close that out. That's green. I want to look at a decal for that just to kind of get an idea. So let me do this up here. I want to look up an American ethanol just to get an idea of the color of that. And not that we'll use it 100% directly. Where's my images? Yeah, so something like this feller. Here we go. Let me move this over to the other screen. Just so I can give you an idea of what we're looking at. So what I was thinking of is something along the lines of this, but not necessarily use this. So we could even modify this, for example. So this is obviously something that's very specific to American ethanol. We can make Dairyland ethanol and then put our dairy cow in here, for example, just to kind of change that up a little bit. Or we could just, you know, I'm just spitballing, I guess, as far as some of the ideas that we can do with that. In fact, that might not be a bad idea as far as to do something like that. We can put our dairy cow right in here. We can change this to Dairyland ethanol and maintain the rest of the colors of this. I think that might not be a bad idea. Let's do that. Let's go ahead and save this image. That is a PNG. It's nice. Looks like it has a transparency in it too, so that should be really nice. Let's save that. And let's open that up in our paint program. That's going to be on our desktop. And it's going to be right here. Sweet. Oh, that's a nice big one too. Holy smokes. Beautiful. Alright, so what we want to do, first of all, I want to get this American out of here. We're going to try it this way. Add a layer. This is going to be an empty layer. And what I'll do, a couple different ways I could go about this. I got an idea. Try it this way. I'm going to grab a little sliver of this. I want to keep that gradient that's in the around this texture. Really like that. I'm going to grab a chunk of this like so. Okay. I want to maintain the integrity of that somehow. Whoops, I'm in the wrong layers. I'm going to hate when I do that. Gotta be in the right layer to do that though. We'll not get the result that we're looking for if that doesn't copy this. I'm surprised it didn't even let me copy because that's an empty layer. Anyway. Now, if we go into our empty layer, set as a new selection. Now you'll kind of get the idea of what I'm going for here. Zoom in on that. Now, what's going to be interesting is to get this to line up. Actually, pretty good right there. And then all we got to do, paste in several selections of this. Now, if we get it big enough, we can actually make a bigger copy of the selection. Still might have to clean it up. Yep, you're noticing I'm going to have to do that anyway. Oh, there we go. Get that to blend in just right. Beautiful. Now, I'm still in this other layer here. Let's show what's going on here. So see, I'm in this other layer. See how kind of covering this up here, a separate layer. I'm gonna go ahead and copy this, make it a little bit bigger selection. Okay, and then we'll do a paste, another new selection, and this thing will get bigger and bigger. Now I'll be able to clean up on this layer so we're not cutting the ethanol part of it off. We want to maintain that, obviously. Wait, not bad. I'm going to reselect that. So for anybody that was wondering how layers work, and this is one way, I guess, as far as you can use layers to your advantage for editing an image. Yeah, our selection's getting a little bit bigger. The trick is going to get that gradient to line up. You keep sliding this up and down until it does line up. Actually, not too bad right there. There. Now, nice and beautiful, that blends in. Now, we'll be able to clean this up. So again, we're in this other layer. I'll be able to chop this down a little bit so that we're not cutting this ethanol part of it out. Alright, so we'll grab a new copy, I guess, as far as with this bigger selection. And edit paste that selection. And it's just as simple as that. Get this to make sure that it's still blending in. Not terrible. Okay, it's not very obvious, that's for sure. I'll be able to clean it up, I guess, as far as if need be, I guess, as far as once, I'm gonna go ahead and trim this off here a little bit. Okay. Yep, not too bad at all. Alright, now we'll go ahead. Have another selection out of that. It's all within the one layer. I can already see its gradient's not lining up 100% there, so I'll have to take like a clone tool and kind of blend it in. We'll be able to fix it. Oh, look at that. Okay. Yeah, we will have to adjust that gradient there a little bit, looks like. Yeah, it's gonna go more this way, it looks like. Yep. Now we're off on this end. Okay. No problem. No problem. I'm gonna go back this way with this selection. Get this all to blend in, hopefully. Very subtle gradient, that's for sure. Yeah. That's not terrible. Now what we can do... That is not too terrible. There's a little bit of variation, I guess, as far as on that, but I think I can work with that. Let's trim this off a little bit. Okay. That is not terrible at all. Plug it. For having a gradient in there, it actually turned out pretty good. So now we got that canceled out. Now what we can do is we can create our own text. So I think what I will try and do, let me think here. I do have my little box of goodies here. All I need I don't think I got this in layers though. Let me see here. Nope, I don't think I do. Wait, what the heck? Well, that's weird. I didn't realize I put that separate. Okay. So I don't have the Dairyland isolated itself. Okay. Shows a button. I'm trying to just remember where I've got layer template. I guess as far as that does have my Dairyland text isolated. But that's not one of them. I do have my Dairyland Speedway. Do I have this one separated out? Let me see here. I do. Sweet. That's what I was looking for. Okay, so we can take that, copy this, and paste this in as a new layer. And do I have that? Yep, not 100%, so let's do full opacity, and then we can just resize this. Now I'm probably going to want to put a stroke on this here. I'll probably do that in Photoshop. PaintShop Pro that I'm currently in here doesn't really do that option very well. I think I'll get this sized up here to where I want it, and then I can apply a stroke to that as well as a skew to get that same level of skew, I guess, as far as in there, that'll match up. Okay, so let's do that. Let's get this sized up first. Yeah, the skewing part of it too is a little bit less desirable here in PaintShop Pro. There's some things I like to do better in Photoshop as opposed to. We'll do what we can do, I guess, as far as in here for the time being. Okay. Nice. Now we'll take that. I think once we get this stroke put around that, it'll look really good, as well as the skew. Alright, so let's take this layer, copy that out, paste it into the image, and we need to export this out. Save as, let's save this as, and I want to do this as a PSD so we can open that up in Photoshop. That'll work. Okay, and now we can open that up in Photoshop. Let me just go ahead and open up Photoshop. Windows, what? Result, reduce performance. Oh shoot, I forgot I changed that. I changed my scratch volume on it. Shoot. Just reminded me of that. In a different volume. Yeah, I forgot I did change that. See what happens here. Yeah, so I need to go into my preferences real quick. I didn't think it did change that, but apparently it did. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, here it is. Plug in the scratch disk. I need to change this to what in the world? Why did it change that? That's weird. I don't know why I did change that. Huh. Oh well. We can probably leave it like that. We won't be in here for too long anyway, so I think it'll be fine. I think it should be fine. Let's open up our saved image. I'll have to deal with that later, because as far as why I changed my... All basically scratch disks do is it's like a temp directory, gets as far as for when you're working in your workspace in Photoshop. It allows it to put it in somewhere else, I guess, as far as than where the program itself is running. That way, if something goes wrong, you know your work is saved, I guess, as far as to what's considered a scratch disk, as opposed to the main location where the program is located. That's the general concept behind it anyway. Alright, we need to open this guy. So now we got this. Now I want to get the image size for this first, and then I want to make a slightly bigger image, so we're going to go 700 by 100. Just to give it room to put the stroke around it, and then also the skew. That should give us enough room just to round that up to 700 by 100. So if we do a new image, oops, and make this 700 by 100, and do the grayscale, transparent, that'll work. Now we should be able to take this, select it all, and then copy that and paste it into here. There. Now we've got it in a slightly bigger area, so now we'll have room to put the stroke on it as well as the skew without it cutting any of it off. Now, color that I want to use for that, let's go back to Paint Shop Pro here for a second. I need to get that color, or is that hexadecimal number for this, right there. Right, and that's going to be this code. What I should be able to do, copy that value, bring it over to Photoshop, one to here, and I should be able to slap that right in here. And without the pound sign. There's that color. Cool. That's what I want. Actually, why did that not do that right? Oh, you know what? I made it grayscale, that's why. Whoopsie, I meant to do that RGB. This new image. Alright, I screwed up. My bad. We don't need this one. Let's close that. Let's make a new image that is RGB, not grayscale. There we go. So yep, 7 by 100 transparent. There we go. Now we should be okay. Let's we should still have that on the clipboard. So if I do an edit, oh, yes, we do have to reselect it. What? Oh, copy that. Paste it into this new image. There we go. Now we should be RGB. I should have noticed that, I guess, before that it was grayscale. Now we have that color. What we should be able to do now, we did everything right, is to take on the stroke. We do want to have that color, and we can change with the thickness level. We'll keep it at the 5 pixel. See how that turns out. That might be a little too thick. Let me see here. I think we'll go a pixel down. So let's back that up. Let's go 1 pixel down. We'll go strict. Instead of 5, we'll do 4. Tone that down just a tad. That's a little better. Now we need to add a little bit of skew to it. So let's go back. So it's leaning to the right. Okay. And now we'll do that. We'll go edit. Let's do transform. Let's do a skew. And we want to skew it slightly to the right. Like so. Go a little more. Marvelous. We'll confirm that, and then now we can save this one. We'll do save as, and let's do this as PSD. We'll do Dairyland. What's really nice with Photoshop and PaintShop Pro, you're able to use. Now you can't open a PaintShop Pro file, I guess, as far as in Photoshop, but Photoshop will allow you to open in PaintShop Pro. So that's what's another thing that's kind of really nice with Photoshop in comparison, is the file type is pretty versatile, I guess, as far as in pretty much any paint program. So we want to do Dairyland. I'm going to do underscore new. Yep, that'll work. Alright, now we should be able to open that up into here, which is on our desktop. And that is right here. There's our... Okay, let's see how we did here. Doesn't look like that turned out as dark as I'd like it to, so I might redo that. Let's just take a look here. Let's do copy. And let's paste it as a new layer. Like so. Yeah, I definitely need to make the stroke a little bit darker. Definitely needs to be darker. Okay, so I didn't choose the right color, I guess. But we're on the right track, I guess, as far as with the skew and what we want to do with the stroke on it. Nice. Alright, let's go ahead and remove that layer. Close but no cigar. Let's close that. Let's try again. So now that I'm looking at the swath there, I didn't actually, it must have got more into the transparent. Let's get my eyedropper back out. There we go. Get it, make sure it's nice and that's more appropriate. Now we'll go ahead and copy this value. I don't really need the pound sign. First to bring it into Photoshop. Go back into Photoshop. I'm going to go ahead and back all this up. So we'll go back, start right from here again. Let's put that code that I just copied into here. There we go. And let's go ahead and do an edit. Stroke. 4. That's probably a little better. Okay, now we want to add our skew. Transform, skew. This is why I made the image a little bit bigger, I guess, as far as in the original. Otherwise, we would end up cutting some of that off, especially with adding the skew. Oh shoot, I hate when it does that. That might be because I don't have my scratch discs set up properly. Okay though, it's kind of flashed out on us there. Alright, now we'll go ahead and save that. Yeah, see all my buttons are here. It's like, that's probably part of the reason, that's why I gave me that little bit of a warning for not having my scratch discs set up properly. So Photoshop's having a little bit of a fit. That's okay. It'll be fine. Alright, so save as. We'll save right over that. Yes, please. And open that one up in here. Cool. Looks a little better. Let's do copy that. Paste that as a new layer. Oh yeah, I like that better. So now what I'll do is I'll put this in place. We'll shut the other layer off. And there we have it. That looks pretty freaking sick. Now if we put our cowhead character, I guess, as far as up and over in here, I'm going to see if I can take out that flag there and see. So far so good. I'm liking how this is looking. Okay. Yeah, so now we want to do something with this over here. I want to make a copy of this here. Let's duplicate this so we have something to fall back on. Why is it not? There we go. Cut that one off. So this is just going to be a backup, so if I screw something up here, I can always revert back to this. We'll just do our changes in this. Okay. We're going to let's initially try a clone tool. Big as our, we can go a little bit bigger. Oh, I don't like how that turned out at all. We got another gradient in here, so let's zoom in far enough. Let's, hold on. Dadgummit. This is going to be tricky, I guess, as far as with that having a gradient there. Okay, let's try it this way. I'll grab this color. And let's get our paintbrush. Try it this way. Very carefully, just want to get this out. I can clean this up a little bit better if it requires. I'm gonna have to recreate that circular pattern, I guess, as far as with that flag going through it. Yeah, definitely gonna have to do some cleanup. It's good to be a little bit creative, I guess, as far as that's what we like to do here on Saturdays, be a little creative. See what else we can repurpose. I mean, we can always totally just create our own logo if we wanted to, but we got something that's pretty nice and juicy like this one is, I guess, as far as to start with. The other thing is going to be real tricky, like I said, is recreating that circular effect, I guess, as far as both edges here, so here and over here. So one way I can do that, and we'll get the clone tool back, set that down all the way to the lowest setting. Grab it from here, and then we can just do it like this, and pull it up, up. Like that. Now we don't want to go out too far because obviously it has to apex and then come back down, so we might have to go from this way too. Kind of have it meet up in the middle there, so we got a nice arch and an apex just as far as where that circle should actually naturally be. Oops. Okay. Helps if you got a steady hand for doing this too, which I don't have. I'm just going to be perfectly honest. Okay. We do the best we can with what we got. Okay, that's not too bad. It's kind of veering off there a little bit, so I'll have to fabricate, I guess, as far as it coming in a little bit closer. Let's go ahead and cut that off like that. You know what? Let's go with our brush. I'm going to grab this white and make sure we got the smallest brush. Gotta recreate this circle. Some of you might be asking yourself, why don't you just make a new circle? I could do that, but I'd like to entertain, I guess, as far as working with something that's already here, and then if it turns out not to work out as I expected, then and only then usually I'll go ahead and create it new. So far, I feel like we can make this work. So we're going to continue on this path we set ourselves on. Hope everybody's if you celebrated Cinco de Mayo and all that was good. No, mine was pretty uneventful. Let's say it that way. Wasn't anything special. It was any normal 5th of May. I know they got a lot of Star Wars, I guess, as far as playing on different channels, different services, I guess, as far as to celebrate May the 4th be with you and the Revenge of the 5th and all that stuff, which is kind of neat. Alright, so I don't think I want this to be that far out, so I'm going to take this, I'm going to recreate that. Back our clone tool. And we want to go down a little bit lower than we were. Maybe not quite that low. Okay, hold on. I don't know if that's too low. Okay. That might work. Oh, use. Okay, that's in too far there, I can already tell. Back down just a little bit more. A little more. There you go. Okay, we don't want that to be like a straight line. We want it to be like a curve. That's like Sometimes you got to step it in a little bit more, I guess, as far as to get it to do what we needed to do. Look the way we need it to look. Shouldn't be too bad, though. I feel like that still comes out a little too far. Let's go back to our brush. Alright, let me grab this color. This in. I'm probably getting way too anal, I guess, as far as how this is going to look, but that's just the way my brain works. Y'all just gonna have to deal with it. Okay, so now what we should be able to do this again, and like so. That doesn't look half bad. I can handle that. It's not the greatest, but I think it'll do. Now what I'm gonna do is actually let's get some more of this. We'll get the white. Get this off of this end. Oh, let's make that brush a little bigger. Just a tad bigger. Man, we're already over an hour into this. That's crazy. Time flies when you're having fun. We hopefully are having fun, because if we're not having fun, then we're doing it wrong. Got to be having fun. Y'all gonna have to remind me if you're not having fun. Because if you're not having fun, I think you might all tend to enjoy. I know it tends to be the highlight, I guess, as far as other stream once we get the fruits of our labor done and actually be able to play test it out and see how it turned out. That's always really fun. I know it's fun for me, and chat usually tends to really enjoy that. So let's go ahead and go with, yeah, let's do a push on this. We're gonna make this effect a little bit bigger though. What in the world? That's not what I was expecting. Ew, that was not what I was expecting at all. Let's turn that down a little bit. There we go. Whoop, whoop. I don't want to mess up our edge. And blend that in a little bit. Yeah, we're messing up our edge though, so we have to make that a little bit smaller. Oh shoot, I adjusted that instead of the size. Yeah, darn it. Put that back up there. This is what we need to bring down. There we go. That's more better. Alright, whoops. Ever so slightly messing up that edge. I don't want it to do that. Okay. Get it down here too. Just subtly blend that in. I do need to clean up this inside part of the circle here too. I just remembered. Alrighty then, yeah, because that looks pretty ugly. Alright, let's grab our white brush, and we'll make the brush a little bit bigger. And let's see if we can't you know what? Got that idea. We're gonna go with clone tool. And do it this way, I think. Alright, this definitely needs to come up further. Yep, that's a little too chunky right there. Just back down to 1. Clone tool. Huh? Now I think once I get this side done, I should be able to copy this section here and be able to mirror that onto the other side. That way I don't have to repeat this process. Since it is a circle, that should be, relatively symmetrical. Okay. Cover clone tool. Oh my, let's see here. Speaking of mirroring stuff, let me see if I can, let me try something here. Let's do this. This may not work the way I'm hoping it does, but we're gonna try it. Copy this. Paste this in a new image, and then we'll do an image mirror. Nope, that needs to go inward, not outward. Okay, so I thought I gave it a try. Never mind. It was a thought, but I don't think that's gonna work. Not gonna work. Alright, so I think we're good on here. I'm gonna go ahead and close this out here. Don't need that. We got what we need there, I guess, as far as yep, I think that turned out pretty good. And we're gonna need to size this thing down anyway, so yeah, some of that, a little bit of that detail will probably get stepped on a little bit, but not too much. Hopefully not too much. Okay, I'm just trying to figure out how do I want to get this. Alright, we're gonna go back to the other idea I had there. Let's turn up brush size. Put it on white. Need to cut this in a little more. Maybe not quite that much. Okay. Now we'll go ahead and grab this color. Use that to paint it. Alright, this may not work the way I was hoping though. I'm going to be playing a little bit of ping pong with this as far as to get this to balance out. Might have to change up my brush size. Get that to look right. Alright, so we'll go back to white. Oops, got in a little too far. Back to the green. Yep. I'm playing a little ping pong with the two colors, I guess, first to get this to look right. Alright, that's probably not actually too bad. Can deal with that. And if we need to, we can actually scrub that in, I guess, as first to get that to blend in a little bit better too, if need be. I think that's what we'll end up doing is actually, yep, take the smudge tool and actually push this. Oh wow, hold on. Let's make that a little bit bigger, I guess. Yeah. Boy, that's turning out. I can probably work with that. Yep, I think that might work. I do notice that there's a little bit of radiation, I guess, as far as in, need to get the rest of this flag out first, though. Alright, so we're already in white. Yeah, let's get this out of here, and then we'll, yeah, there's some gradient in this white, too. It's not all white. Got some gradient into it. We'll get that corrected once we get the rest of the flag out. Not going to be all that beautiful, but like I said, we're also going to have to size this thing down, so that's going to let everything blend in a little bit better, I guess, as far as in theory. See how it turns out, I guess, as far as once we do that. And we'll just kind of go from there. Yeah, so it's just these little finer details that are hopefully going to bring the, you know, the map, I guess, as far as fully complete, you know? So it's like, it's not going to be all that, incomplete. Yeah, we've got some gradient out here too, I guess. Okay, so now we can take our smudge tool, push this all together like that, blend it all in. Sweet. Should be able to do the same thing over here. Kind of blend her in a little bit. Oop, I want to be careful with that. Yeah, that'll work. Whoa, 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 got a little carried away there. Back up. There we go. Okay. Not too shabby. Now what we should be able to do, blend all this in. Now we're still going to end up putting our cow logo, I guess, as far as into this too, so a lot of this will get covered up. Oops, got a little carried away on that edge. Come on, back up, there you go. Alright, now what I want to do is take this chunk, copy that. We want to paste this as a new image, and then this one we should be able to mirror like that and put it over in this side. Hopefully that should line up nice. Might not have selected. Oh, okay. Might have something. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe it's just not quite symmetrical. Oh. Interesting. Is this not symmetrical? This is very interesting. Well, I'll be darned. I wonder if this is not symmetrical. Well, ain't that a bummer? Okay, we might need to plug this in here then. And by that, I mean we can take our deformation. There's our, we're gonna fudge it in here best as we can. We'll fudge it in here. And I don't know if it's gonna mess up that edge on that, but I guess if it does, we can clean it up. Alright, let's try that. Oosh. Okay. Let's try this color. The brush. 1.7. Let's clean this up. Try to clean this up as best we can, I guess. I don't think it's terrible, but it's not the greatest, I don't think. But I'm guessing this is not symmetrical, because if it was symmetrical, that should have lined up almost perfectly. Should have, in theory at least. Alright. Oh, we'll use our smudge tool on that as well. What's going on, Tiger? Are you coming in lurking? Lurky lurk. Wait, you streaming right now? Don't have... Whoopsie. If you are... Did not have a tab open. Appreciate you stopping in. Why is that not? Okay, there we go. No, so you're not streaming. Not streaming, damn it. Are we getting ready to? I guess as far as are you going around to? I guess as far as on there, Tiger Lily. If you're still chiming in. We're still pretty early into this, I feel. So we're an hour and a half already. Holy crap. We're getting some stuff done, though. May not look like it, but we are. I don't like the way that gradient's in either, so we're going to have to definitely use quite a bit of our smudge tool here. Yep. Have to play a little ping pong, I guess, as far as with our smudge tool. Make this look as good as we can. Oof, I liked what that did. Definitely got to do some more cleanup on that. Holy long name. Super Mario Diners are back up. Holy mackerel. What's going on? That name came across my chat. I was like, holy smokes. At first I thought maybe it was some text. So apparently still on the backup out there, it looks like, huh? Probably been a hot minute. How we doing? Whoops, that is not the right color. Darn gradients anyway. Whoopsie. Hold on. Not that I was trying to make fun of the name, I was just like, that took, surprised me. He came in to surprise me, I guess, as far as with that. Long names. Holy mackerel. Oh my goodness, I can't get the right color on that. Big gummit. Let's do it this way. Now another way I could go about this, I haven't used it before, I might try that, is to do a little bit of a lasso action here. Let's select that color in both swaths. And another thing we can do is annihilate these. There we go. And we get just on the fringe of where we want this to. Something like that. And what we do is we cut it out. Now we can fill it back in. Like so. Oh, that didn't work at all. Wait, hold on. Might have to turn the tolerance down, yes. Okay, not quite. Alright, let's just use our paintbrush on that. We'll blend this all back in. Alright. Trying to get that back to be as much circular as possible. Now another way I can do this, let me add another layer below this. This is another little trick. So we're below the layer that we're actually trying to affect. We paint in that layer below it. Let's fill it in like so. That'll work. Now we can go back into this layer and get our smudge tool. We'll push tool and we'll get that all blended back in. Marvelous. Whoopsie. No, that's not good. Not good. Let me grab this color with our brush. There we go. I think we're in pretty good shape there. It's not too bad. It's not the greatest, but I think it's. I think it'll suffice. Oops. Blend that in a little bit more. Cool. Alrighty then. I think that'll do. Now we want to get. I should have a cow head separated out. This I do. Let's go ahead and grab that filler. Copy that into here as a new layer. So we'll put that right above this one as a new layer, and we'll definitely have to resize it. Deformation tool. So I can do this a couple of different ways. I can do it this way, or resize it. I guess as far as a 1-to-1. I guess as far as in its own image. Let's see what kind of result we get this way first. We can get them to just get nice and pretty much symmetric. I guess as far as in that white circle, I think we'll be all right. That's actually not too bad right there. I'm not disliking that. What do y'all think? I think that turned out pretty good. Now what we can do is layers, merge all visible. And what we want to do is actually apply this to, I can actually close this. Alright. Yeah, that turned out pretty professional, I have to say. We want to put it in this area. Now, I think what I will do, I want to add probably this green to a texture here. Alright, so that's going to be in this layer. Let's do that. Not really worried about the surrounding areas, I guess, as far as like that, because that's not part of the area that's mapped, I guess, as far as to our piece there. It's just going to be that green area. Now we can take and select this and get an idea of how big this area is, so we know what the size is to. Alright, so we'll take this, we'll do a copy. Edit, paste this, new image. And then image information. 531 by 136. So we want to be within that. We don't necessarily want to be the same size. We want to give a little bit of padding around that. So if we take our image here to like 515 by 115, we'll try that. So we'll try 515. So as long as we're below 136 on the height, we should be just play around with that a little bit. Okay, so let's go with this. We already got it merged. Image resize, we'll do 515. See, that's already 176 on the height. That's still too high. So we know we need to be below 136. We're going to try 115 there, and then we'll go with this width. That should be good. We can always deformate it, I guess, as far as once we get it into here, if we so choose. So let's go there. And like I said, with resizing this down like we did, it's going to probably lose a little bit of that detail, but still gets the idea. Still get the idea. Alright, we're going to put this in a new layer. I think I do have... Yep, I'm going to put this in a new layer. Like so. Yeah, I think that'll work. I think that'll work just nicely. And we'll go ahead and rename this layer just so we know this is Dairyland Ethanol. We're going to save this as a template, because if we ever want to change this down the road, we'll have the ability to do that. Alright, and now we got this in a separate layer. We'll be able to turn that on and off. Now in here, I was thinking, now that we got our fuel related advertising in there, we want to get something else in there. So the original items, and this comes off our dealer sign, we had best prices and we buy. Obviously, with being a dealership, that would fit. So stuff that's racing related, that's something we've been focusing on and getting in these two areas. So that's a really good start, I guess, as far as having some Dairyland ethanol. I think that logo turned out pretty sweet. Alright, so we're gonna close this out. We need something else to go here, though. So we were on the topic of something chocolate milk related. I'm also thinking just putting some simple text in here. Let me try something here just to kind of entertain this for a second. Just for a moment. I want to do light stroke on this, and we'll do white. No, actually, take that back. We're going to go black. Yeah, we're going to try it this way first, and then we'll... shoot, I might have to go this way. Yeah, let's try it that way. So we'll go into here. And let's try some text here. So we're going to go with some type of saying like... move... I don't know, I don't like that font. That's for one thing. Let me change the font. Let's try a different font. That's a little too simplistic. Well, you know what? I got that the wrong way, so I need to go this way with it. This way, okay. Alright, changing my font. Alright, hold on. I'll be changing my font. Okay. Yeah, we need to go, let's see, bold. Okay, that might not be too bad. Maybe we'll go, yeah, we'll have that little bit of italicize on it. Move. Not done yet. Oh, this is just the first part of it. And something like this. Something real catchy texture. I may even be able to put that on one line instead of 2 lines. Okay. Entertain that. This is something that I had in mind. This is by no means it gets as far as, you know, be considered. I'm totally still open up for suggestions. What y'all think should be more appropriate. Kind of see where I'm going with this, hopefully. Might have to put an alignment line on here just to make sure that I'm keeping this on one level. Okay, that should be pretty good. Pretty good. Alright, let's move this over just a little more. I'm kind of liking that. So this is somewhat the idea that I want to put on the wall logo as well. I may or may not use the fast, but I'm also thinking, oh, maybe I'll make the A just a lowercase a. Yeah, do that. So let's go into this. We'll do edit. Let's make it a lowercase a. Like so. There we go. Something like that. And then maybe even to put some lines on that just to kind of emphasize, I guess, as far as the fact that we're moving fast. Yeah, I can put that. Let's make another layer. Alright. And then let's do this. I want to put some like how do they call those? I guess comics tend to use these as like action type of lines, you know, like movement and things of that nature. Let's see, so something like that. Something like that. I might even be able to put something like that. Something like that. That's all in this layer, okay. I don't know, for some reason that doesn't really look good right to me. Let's try it again. So let's chop that out. It's all in one layer. Let's try that again here. Let's do there. No, that doesn't look right either. Maybe a line. There, shorter line there. Shorter line there. almost too close to the edge though. I might have to move that over. Okay. I think I got the right idea, it's just not quite. Let's move the fast over. Give this a little more room here. Something like that. Back into this layer. Something like that. I'm not really looking right to me. Let's get this a little bit closer, like this. I want to get enough length in the line there to show, because I want to put this one a little bit shorter. And another one right here. Something like that. And then we can also maybe put a line there. Oh, here. Is that too much? What do you think? What are we all thinking? Probably move this one down. That might balance that out a little better. I feel it's too close to the word itself, to the letter. Just can't seem to get that to look right. Let's bring it down a little more. Yeah, I think if I bring it down a little bit more, that might look more proportional, I guess, even. Let me go ahead and cut this out. Move that down a little bit more. Something like that. Yes, no? Almost got that maybe down a little too low. Okay, let's back that up. Okay. Oh, it's you know, it's not perfect, I think, but I think it's it should suffice. So let's put this one, mark this one here as lines. We can rasterize this layer. So we know what everything is. Cool. So now we got some more signage, I guess, as far as our deal. Awesome. Let me go ahead and save this as a template. Yep, and then we'll save this as our new sign, and I want to put that I think I want to go ahead and put that first into here. Yeah, I think I'll do that. That's where I got that one there. So we'll save it as a PNG like that. We'll have to make a new DDS for that. That's fine. We got a plan of action here, so let's go ahead and layer, merge, we're going to flat this down. Save as PNG. And we're going to put that guy right here. Right. Then we'll need to make a DDS file. We'll have to run this through the texture tool. So there's our saved image. Let me go ahead and bring up a texture tool. Run that through there, and that'll be our new texture to be able to apply to our sign. Okay, so let's go over here. Let me bring up where's our texture tool? Our texture tool. Get to that real quick. Oops. Wait a minute. Where's my texture tool? There it is. So, here we go. So we need to run our new texture that we just created here through the texture tool. What I'll probably have to do, I think of that, I'll have to delete this one. That's our previous image. Okay. And then take this PNG, drag it right over our texture tool, and that'll spit on the new DDS file. Just that quick. Where did I put that? There. There's our new file. Wonderful. So now we're going to take this and put this into our track, our map directory, which is right here. Nice. Oh, I know what I did wrong. Racetrack sign diffuse. Got it. All right, hold on. Put that back off. This back over here. I was wondering why it didn't. All right, let's see what I did wrong. No problem. Yep. Just need to rename this to racetrack find underscore diffuse. No problem. So we'll take this now and copy that over to our map directory. Right here, this should ask me to replace. Alright, awesome. Now we should, now that we got that in the proper location, go into here. And if we reload, we should get those showing up on here. And there they are. Voila. Okay, so that part's done, and that should show on both sides. Cool. Yeah, so we can see our scuff marks, I guess, as far as from where we tried to clean up that there. That actually might be, we'll have to check this out in game to make sure. That I think that might be just the lighting that's in the editor here, now that I think of it. So yeah, we're not going to worry about these smudges that are in there, because that's probably not. I'm noticing it does have that orange around there still, though. Might have to edit that just a little bit more. I want to get some of that. I guess it's not really that big of a deal. Gives it a little bit of a border to it. But if we did want to clean that up, we have to get some of that orange out of there, I suppose. Let's go back here again. Let's clean some of this. So what's showing up is this orange that's around there, so we can clean this up a little bit more. Not a big deal. That should be in this layer. Yeah. Okay, so let's grab this color. And what size are we at? Let's tone that down a little bit. Oh. Okay, so I think I see where it's picking up. It's actually probably picking up this little bit of orange. let's do this. Let's put our tolerance. That should be good. Oh shoot, maybe not. Nope. Okay, hold on. Turn our tolerance down just a little more. Oh darn it. Why are you being like that? Oh, I know why, because... Okay, never mind. We're gonna have to paint this in. Not a big deal. Not a big deal. We'll just paint it in like this. Yep, I forgot this is in a separate layer. If it was combined, that should have totally filled that in, I guess, as far as no problem. Let's go ahead and do this. This doesn't have to be perfect, just as long as we can get this border out of here. So, if you really wanted to get technical about it, we could, you know, really go about this a little bit differently, but I don't think it's going to be that critical. Oh my. I'm going to go all the way around this edge, make sure we get all that orange that's showing up on our sign out of there. And I do it. Cool. Now we'll go ahead and save this as a template again. File, save that as a PSD. Oh shoot, we need to go up a layer. And we want it to be this. First, and then we'll go ahead, layers, merge, flatten. File, save as, PNG. That in here. Yes, please. And I'm gonna go ahead and back this, get it back to our template in a way. Now, back into here, we can delete this one. That's the old one. Run this through our texture tool. How are you doing that? Run this, drag it right into our texture tool. Sweet. Okay, we're gonna keep that. Probably gonna need that still. Yep, and then just rename this to underscore diffuse. Like so. Now we can go ahead and copy this one into our map. Right here. This should ask me to overwrite. Please. Now we can go in here and reload. Not terrible. Not terrible, not terrible. I got a little bit of orange on that, I guess, but I don't think it's terrible. Grand scheme of it, I think it'll do just fine. Marvelous. So there is our sign. Now, the other thing we want to work on here is to put a wall logo on over this over here. Let me adjust the lighting on this a little bit, so we can get a little bit more focus on that. That's well. What's out of there? Hold on a second. Get over here. Well, this is going to be fun. It's fun working with lighting in these things, especially if you've got a large object like this. Do the best we can here. Yep, so I'm just trying to get that out of the shadows there. Oh, there we go. We'll get some lighting right over in this. There we go. That's better. Now, what we're going to do is put a wall logo onto this thing. I do have that texture open as well, which is right here. And simply want to put something similar to what we put here. as far as the move fast, as far as on our wall. Okay, so what we'll do, let's see what we did here. Only difference, we'll have to do this instead of black, we'll have to do it in white text. That would be the only difference. We're probably in the same font, only on the wall. Okay, so let's do, oops, that's not the one I wanted. So let's go into here. And okay, we're just at the 2 hour mark. Folks, I'm going to take a really quick break, and we'll be back in just a second, so don't go nowhere. I'm going to run a quick 30-second ad, I guess, as far as while we take a break. Hopefully that'll keep the pre-rolls at bay as well. So feel free, I guess, as far as stick around. We'll be back in just a minute. Don't go nowhere. In the name of love.
Get out of the truck.
Tell me he isn't bossy.
Holy hell. I've been demoted. What, you want me to go clean some toilets or something now? Go muck the stalls. Worthless pleb.
What did that? Let's check it out. Jerry Nadeau here, right here. Let's back this up. Let's see what happened here. The frick? Oh, he got right into him. Oh, he drove right over him. Oh, that was... Wow. I thought maybe that might have been LPs or something, but the 01 car just kind of totally ran. That's weird. Not sure what happened there. Cars are just nice.
Still there?
When they're way too hot. I like how you can save the car though with the setup. It's nice. I mean, you can feel it getting loose, but you can catch it.
1.790. Still there?
Grip and the setup feel good.
Still there?
There it goes.
Still there? Up
I
top
think
3
that's
line.
the cope, isn't it?
Clear low.
Oh my goodness. Easy there on me, Bill.
Say hi. 20.
I know I'm laughing. I just feel we make much more money, I guess, as far as selling the cannabis and the maple syrup. Just to be fair. And now that we got this bunker set up from our smoking buddy, I guess, oh crap, no. That dang ditch gets me almost every time. It just barely catches you. Oh, we're stuck. Alright, we're gonna crank this. Shit, I'm gonna get a fucking gun before I do. I got her for sure she can get me for the front pan. And I'm gonna take your pan, bitch. Use that right away. Look at this thing just flipping. Look at that. I'm not doing anything. I'm just holding on to it. Look at this. You see this? It's just spinning around. I'm just holding it. You spinning me right around, baby, right around like. Woo! That's a tight turn. Oh my goodness. Oh. Did you see that save? Got it by the black clip there.
Oh.
Yeah, that's the way you're supposed to pick them up.
Oh my god.
Yeah, see the way they stretch. They're super heavy. Yeah. Look at boingy, boingy, boingy. That's funny.
Oh, okay. Hi, Jay! Jay! I'm flying!
What the hell? Okay, that was some interesting clips there, I guess, as far as when we were in a short little recess there. We didn't lose too many people there. I don't know if the ad did actually play. It's not showing that it did, so hopefully it will keep the pre-rolls, I guess, as far as from new folks, I guess, as far as coming in. Anyway, where were we at? We're doing our wall logo. Cool. So what we want to do is use the same type of deal here, I guess, as far as we did on our sign, but just put it onto our wall. So we'll have to do white text as opposed to black text. I want to change this to white, which it already is. I don't need any texture on that. Okay. And then go into our text. And let's do our blue. We might be able to go more O's. We might be able to stretch it out even further on the wall here. We'll just see how it looks. Let's see how it looks first. Whoops. Let's see, spell it. Oh, spell it right. Okay. And we can add the motion lights, I guess, as far as much the same way we did. Alright, why did... Oh, I see what it did. What is happening here? Oh, okay, I already got my multiply. And what layers do I have on here? Okay, that's the okay, so this was the layer that I went with here, so we want to turn that one off, I think, right? No, we want to actually keep that. Alright, hold on. We need to put our text above this. That's what we need to do. There we go. Now we're cooking. Yeah, so I can make the size of the font bigger, for sure. I think we're in the right... Let's see, how much bigger can we make our text? Let's try this. This might work. Yeah, so I think... What I was thinking is filling a majority of this up with the O's as far as the move fast, because it goes around in a curve, as far as this wall logo. I think it might look pretty neat just as far as that way. So let's do that. Go back over here. So we're gonna go, I don't know how many we want to add. Let's add as many as we feel is appropriate. Okay. Try that for starters. Yeah, now we're getting somewhere, so move fast. That's just what I was kind of thinking about, at least anyway. The general idea with that, and I want to cover the majority of this logo with that. Yeah, so I think I actually want to put more in there yet. I think I do. Let's do... We need some more O's. More O's. Lots more O's. Is it adding O's? I think it is. Alright, cool. Let's add a couple more small O's. I don't know if that's too many. Nope, sure isn't. This is what I was thinking of. Just like that, move fast, and it goes all the way through the corner. And we can even use even more. We might even be able to put this in as a separate deal, so we can add. We still want to add the movement lines, I guess, as far as like we have up here. So yeah, I think this might do it. I think this will work. So we'll put this, but I think I'll take the fast out, and we'll do that as a separate text. Yeah, let's do this. Okay. We'll put this here. Alright, and then we'll do our fast. Okay. This way we have the ability, I guess, as far as to adjust how far fast is, so we can adjust our motion lines if we need to. Okay, this should be alright. Cool. And then We'll add another layer above this. Now we need to switch this way. Alright, let's put some motion lines into this. Let's see, let's go 3. We'll follow the same concept that we got going on in this side. Alright, so we'll go motion line there. Oh yeah, we can definitely make these thicker. Let's go a couple tips thicker. A little bit thicker. Okay. Not too bad. I'm feeling it. Nice. So it's got that shading texture in there, as far as for the wall seams and all that too. Already got that that already applied. Okay, so we want to put a couple more motion lines here. Too high. Nope, I think we're about right. Fortunately, about right. Maybe down just a little bit more. Hold on a second. Something like... Okay, you could probably move it over so it's not so close to the wall edge, but I think, yeah, we're in the right area. Is that gonna move the whole, just the fast? Okay. One here, this way. Okay. Should be able to move. Maybe not quite that close. Like that. Now we should be able to move this whole layer one piece. Oh, come on now. Don't be like that. I want to move this layer. Might have to turn this one off for a second. Let's turn this one off just for a second to see. And you can really tell the difference between not having that shading layer on. Having it on and not having it on. Good smoke, so let me turn that back on. Oh yeah. Cool. That's about what I was thinking of there. Probably center it up just a little bit more. First, move it down a little bit more this way. Yeah, let's do that. Okay, let's move this one. Maybe not quite that far. Somewhere about there. I'm getting that in the right spot. Okay. That's actually not too bad. So if we move, I'm gonna leave those action lines right there. Then we can go into this layer and move this part of it this way. Oh, there we go. That's actually not too shabby, I don't think. Nice. Alright, let's go ahead and rename this as action lines. Okay, so we know what those are, and then let's go ahead and... Oop, that's not what I want to do. I want to rasterize this. And then rename this to... Fast text. And we'll save this as a texture template. Alright, so this is going to be the original. Right, this is just going to be the blue. Oh my goodness, I spelled that wrong. Good grief. That, and I'll save this as a template. I'll save as wall logo 2, yes please. And I think that's what we got that named. Yep, wall logo diffuse 2. Nice, we'll save this as a PNG up in this directory. Have to run that through the texture tool. Now we'll go ahead, flatten that. File, save as. And we just as a PNG, that in here, and we want this as diffuse. Yes, sir. Save that. Now that should be in this directory as a PNG. We're going to go ahead and delete this one. We're going to make a new texture. Our texture tool based on this new PNG. Okay. This time I made the effort, I guess, as far as to actually rename it to the proper name. Okay. So there's our new texture. Copy this into our map directory. Yes, I want to replace that, and then if we go back into our deal here, if we reload the textures, now we have that on our wall. That turned out pretty freaking slick, I do have to say. I'm also feeling may need to move it down just a little bit. It's a little too much space on the text anyway, I guess, as far as... I don't know. Now that I got the motion lines there, that may not be too bad, I guess. I think it'll work. I think that works. I dig it. At least it's got something on there now. So now as you go to the corners, it'll be move fast. And that's the only place, so it's only two places that we have any textures at all. We got here, and also here by the flag stand and start finish line. Right there. Cool. That's pretty much the bulk of what we needed to do with this item. Let's go ahead and take the light out of this. Now we didn't... I take that back. We did make some adjustments to the sign. Alright, so we do need to resave this as a new model, because we did make some changes to our sign from a modeling standpoint. So yeah, we do need to resave this. Alright, and we did open this up in the map. We did. We're going to go ahead and save as. Now we took the light out of it, go right into our map. And right into our map, like so. Placeables, racetrack. Yep, save right over that. We can go ahead and close this. Okay, so we got all of our texture, the new textures applied as far as in our map, as well as our new i3D. I don't think there's really much I need to change in the XML itself. What I do want to double check, because this is how I can tell now that it's been opened in the new editor. Not only the version here, but it tends to save the i3D name now instead of just being untitled, which is kind of interesting, I guess, as far as in a way, because when you've got several of these i3Ds open in Notepad++, sometimes it can get confusing as to which one you got open, unless you're looking at the very, very, very top to confirm, I guess, as far as there. So when it's right here, built into the XML, you know, as far as when you open the i3D up in the Notepad, you can see it right there too. So there's no denying, I guess, as far as which i3D that you actually have open. So there's pros and cons, I feel, to it. I was kind of liking it better, I guess, as far as just having it untitled, but I find some usage, some good usage, I guess, as far as for that. So now that we got that part done, we need to get this over to our map over in our mod folder. So our new i3D and our new textures, we need to get those all over there, and we'll get in the game, try it out, see what's going on with it. So let's let me get that opened up here real quick. Approaching 2.5 hours into this thing there. It's crazy. Time flies when you're having fun, and definitely, hopefully, we are having fun, because if not, like I say, like I keep always saying, we're doing something wrong if you're not all having fun. Okay, let's switch this over. I had to get this all opened up real quick, just as far as we switched over. Appreciate everybody dropping on in and sticking around, I guess, as far as what we got going on here for what should be the final touches next to getting all the AI functionality, I guess, as far as the AI tasking. Like I said earlier, start of the stream, we did learn some things, I guess, as far as with how to get those to work more efficiently and more properly, and we'll be putting those in, I guess, as far as between now and next week. And I'm really hoping I actually pretty hoping, I guess, as far as to get the map out this weekend. Obviously that won't happen, so the next tentative release date should be by next week, tentatively. Not a guarantee. Definitely keep your eyes and ears peeled on the page, I guess, as far as that for the map build site. There will be stuff adjusted and updated onto there, I guess, as far as to let you all know. I'm gonna go ahead and put that out there real quick. Feel free to check that out, I guess, as far as at your leisure, and definitely pay attention, I guess, as far as to the README that'll be applied, I guess, as far as for the map on that page, and also the pics, screenshots, I guess, as far as will give you somewhat of an idea of what is going to be in the map. Lots of really new stuff, I guess, as far as you may or may not have seen, and hopefully we all like it, I guess, as far as once it gets out there. We're going to do some play testing here, though. We're going to get some stuff moved over, and okay, so we need to be here. The only thing we did work on today was our racetrack stuff, so we need to go oh my goodness, brain fart for there for a second. So yeah, we're in our placeables. We got our racetrack, which is right here. So this is where we saved all that. We need these two items. Let's get those first. We didn't do any edits to the XML. We don't need that. Okay, and then we need to put those in our actual mod folder for our map in the game. Placeables, racetrack. Definitely one of the really unique things, I guess, as far as that's in this map is the racetrack. Got to be able to have a little bit of fun, I guess, as far as doing all the farm work, I guess, as far as are on the map. Alright, so the other things that we need are the textures, the brand new textures. which are going to be our racetrack sign. And we didn't do anything with the glow, and also our wall logo. Did these two items. Got those two. And going all the way back to February, when we initially got this February, March, so this map build is kind of had its up and downs, I guess, as far as to get this thing buttoned up and finished. Kind of a little bit of a feel-good situation, I guess, as far as putting the final touches on things as simplistic as this. Okay, so we got those two items in there. That's all good to go. We can go ahead and load up the game. Need to make sure I got my... I'm not going to be using the wheel, but I always like to get the wheel set up, I guess, as far as for that, just in case we don't have any erroneous problems, I guess, as far as show up in there, as far as the game yelling at me, I guess, as far as that it can't sense the all that. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes it'll kick us right out, I guess, as far as it goes there. So we'll get that taken care of. Let's go ahead. Yep. And that. Sweet. Let's go right into the game and try this out, shall we? This is the fun part. Being able to check out our fruits of our labor and see how well we did. How everything is looking. So if everything checks out here, we don't need to do anything more. That pretty much might be it, I guess, as far as I've already shown pretty much all the other stuff we've done other than the AI splines. I might do a little bit of a play testing, I guess, as far as just to show y'all what has been refined, I guess, as far as on that. And that'll probably be the extent of what we'll do for today. That's really about all I got. A lot of it's going to be a lot of very tedious, not tedious, I guess, but this random repetitive stuff, I guess, as far as with the AI splines, I guess, as far as to put around the map, so all that functionality works. It can get very boring, I guess, as far as to watch that, and I don't want to bore anybody to death with that. I think y'all would much rather see, I guess, as far as just the final product, as far as that goes, but at least I can give you a sense of what's going on with it. Alright, so we're going to load this thing up. We'll have the precision farming and all that good stuff to it. Beautiful. Alright, let's open up our dev console and just confirm we don't have any additional errors or anything like that. Now, I have tested out with the help that we did get from, I know Ola has been in here, I guess, as far as, and has chimed in and here and there, I guess, as far as to help, give us some insight and assistance on the map. And this is who I usually have to thank, I guess, as far as for getting some of these, the AI tasking around the map, I guess, as far as refined a little bit. So this is what we'll play test, I guess, as far as just to show you. Now it's not all done as it is for now, and that's some of the stuff that we'll be working on, I guess, as far as behind the scenes up until map release, which hopefully, like I said, tentatively should be by next week. That's what I'm really hoping. I know I'm ready for it to get to be released. I know y'all have probably been waiting very patiently, I guess, as far as for its official release, and I just want everybody to be able to enjoy it without having too many problems with it right off the gate. That's the other issue. Alright, so let's go ahead. I'm going to turn off the background music and we'll turn on, let's get some game sounds going, shall we? Alright, so y'all gotta let me know, I guess, as far as if the game sounds are too light or too heavy. So I'll have to let me know. Okay. So here we are on the map. This is where we start. This is all in new farmer mode, I guess, as far as when you start the map. Right over here at the store. So this is your main farm that you start off with. I do want to shut off the autosave, I guess, as far as while we're in testing. We don't need that. If I was doing an official playthrough, I guess, as far as like that, I would definitely have that on. But we're not doing that. So, yep, this is all your main farm just on the other side of the store. So you got all your starting equipment, as well as your silo. What was I going to do? I need to go over the racetrack. That's what I need to do. Lost my train of thought there for a second. So we need to go over the racetrack. And this is another really nice feature with the map. So regardless of where you start, what mode, if you want to go to a particular area without taking a vehicle over there and being able to check it out, you have these hotspots. It's one thing I kind of pride myself on as far as being able to, you know, just be able to go from place to place without having to drive around. If you want to drive around, more power to you. Sometimes, you know, if you want to just get a feel, I guess, as far as for a new map, this is one way to do that, as well as to, you know, not have to tab between vehicles and such too. So let's go check our new sign out. And what we really need to test on this one for sure too is what it does at night. This is what it looks like during the day. We got our move fast and our Dairyland ethanol. I think that turned out pretty slick. Very, very slick. Go from this side as well. Now, let's go check out our wall logo, which is on the other end of the map. So yeah, this is this nice, fun place, I guess, as far as to goof around on. You know, run some laps, I guess, as far as after a hard day on the farm. You can bring all your vehicles and store those over here if you wish. Doesn't matter really if you buy the track or not. There's a more than one way, I guess, as far as to get into this track. If you buy it, obviously, you'll have the ability of the animated gates that are right over there. It's on the other side of the starter stand. But you can add whichever items that you want around here if you so choose. Keeping in mind, I can't stress this enough. I know I've said it before, I'm going to keep saying it. Because of the size of this placeable, it is not available in the store. So if you do buy this land, and you even accidentally, I guess, as far as remove this from this area, you will not be able to put it back down. It's just due to the size and the massiveness of this placeable. It makes it very difficult to be able to place back down in the store, as far as to make it into placeable. So that's the only reason why that does exist that way. So I will be making that abundantly clear, I guess, as far as in the readme to the map, just so that no one is confused on that fact. There we go. We got our logo that's on our wall. It turned out pretty slick. Move fast. That turned out pretty freaking cool, I do have to admit. So, yep, now we got it on there as well as there. Now we want to check out this sign. How does that look from a distance, actually? Yep, I like it. I like it a lot. That's kind of what I was kind of shooting for in a way. I think that concept actually turned out pretty good. Always nice to see, I guess, as far as when a concept that you had just stirring around in your head, I guess, as far as to actually be materialized. You know, it's actually tangible. Let's go over here for a second. A little bit of texture tearing or something on that part. Now, you'll find that, I guess, as far as around this thing, I've tried to clean this up as best as possible. You're going to find areas like this, for example, that tends to kind of take away from the track itself. As far as the usability of the track is completely here, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue. Everything is collidable, to include the walls. Probably something else to so nothing is, you know, so you can drive through it. So you can't, if you go into the infield, you'll actually be able to drive onto the infield. You don't fall through the infield, I guess, as far as land on the actual terrain below it, for example. Alright, so what we need to check over here from the roadside is we're going to advance the time here a little bit and see if our sign glows up here on this side of the sign. Let's do that. So at least it's working in this mode. So if we were to advance the time, get to nighttime, and like I said, right around 1930, 100 hours, 7:30 for those that don't use military time, and there's our lights. So that seems to be working. So it's 1900 hours. I thought it was either 19 or 1930. So it's 1900 hours. It gets dark. Get completely dark out. That turned out slick. All right. So because we put that visibility condition on that, to only have those particular textures show at night. There you have it. So they don't show. So previous to doing what we did today, the sign was glowing even during the day, which we didn't want that. So now it only triggers, I guess, as far as at night. That looks pretty freaking slick, I do have to admit. I don't know what you all think, but we also have lighting on the track. Also, regardless of whether we don't own this, right? So track does get lit, I guess, as far as even as long as you don't own it. So it doesn't really matter if you own it or not. I guess is the point I'm trying to make. I do need to confirm whether or not you can put additional lights on this if you wanted to. Either that or I am going to have to add more lighting to this. So there are some dark areas, obviously, as we can tell. It lights it up pretty decent, I guess, as far as what's here, but I might consider as far as putting more lights into this. Let me actually go ahead and buy this land, and I want to see if we can place additional, because if that's the case, then I'm just going to leave it like it is. If not, then I might actually consider as far as putting some more lighting, like even in the infield. Okay, so let's go ahead. From what I can remember, buying this plot of land is a little over 300,000. We'll find out here in a second. We'll make sure we got ourselves enough monies. We'll go into our farmlands. And it's going to be this plot of land right over here. And let's go ahead and buy it. So it should be 320,208 is the price. If you do want to purchase this land, that does include the functionality of the gate, at least that's on the racetrack. But even if you don't buy the land, the only thing I wanted to confirm right now, even if you don't buy the land, there is ways to get over there. The wall is not super high, and there are these boards that you can move around, I guess, as far as to make a ramp, get your vehicles into the facility. So don't be discouraged, I guess, as far as being able to do that. Now that we have it purchased, I'm going to go into the build mode and want to see if we can actually apply more lights. So this whole thing will light up. And again, I want heed caution, I guess, as far as with the fact if we do sell this, this is why it's nice that it does, it gives you the option to sell it, so you can do that if you want to use the land and don't necessarily want the track on the map. But keep in mind, if you do sell this, there's no way to place it back down. I just really cannot stress that enough. What I wanted to do is go into under decorations, lights. Yeah, I wanted to see if it will let me put more lights on here. Curious. Yeah, see, it overlaps another object. So what I might end up actually doing prior to initial release is I will be putting some more lighting, some adequate lighting, I guess, as far as coming from the infield side. That way, you'll have some lighting, I guess, as far as in the infield as well. On, as opposed to just on the track. So whether it be these stadium lights or what have you, we'll be adding some more to that. But yeah, just to confirm that it does not let you put additional lights on it because it's already placeable in itself. So yeah, it shouldn't be letting you. It may let you, I guess, as far as that. So I don't have anything in there as far as place anywhere, or place anywhere, terraform anywhere. It might let you. If it does, that's great. But I will probably still add some lights to the facility so that you won't necessarily have to do that. Okay, so that's pretty adequate test there. Now I think what we'll do is we'll get back into daytime. Let's roll this into daytime here a little bit. And what I want to check, it looks like we're raining. That's fine. So what I want to test here, and at least show y'all, I guess, as far as what has been redone, is as far as AI tasking. Oh, yep, the light should have turned off the sign. Let's go double check that too. Now that we're back in the daytime, now the fact that it's raining and it's cloudy, I want to confirm whether or not it does come on. But I think if it's raining and or cloudy, these lights will still be on. Okay, that's what I wanted to confirm. So it doesn't look like they actually do, and that's fine. That works out just fine. I wasn't sure if it did or not, because you can still see them pretty well, I guess, as far as with this amount of light that we have. Now, if it was raining at night, obviously they would come on. But, yep, that should work. Alright, so what we'll do is we'll go back over to the main farm here. and we'll do some AI tasking here. Yep. Vehicle. Let's pull this out. And let's just say, for the sake of it, let's grab this pickup wagon. I want to put something to have it pull. We'll just pretend for a second that this is a trailer of crop or whatever that we did a harvest on. What the heck did I do here? Are you stuck on that pole? Are you kidding me? I might have to fix that as far as might have that a little too close to the pole. Might have to fix this too. Are you kidding me right now? Hold on. I might have had that a little too close to the pole. What's it caught on anyway? Through that little tab, I guess, as far as on. That's weird. Okay, so I might have to adjust the starting positions, I guess, as far as these vehicles a little bit. Nothing super major. Let's see here. Let's see what I got. Yeah, obviously that was a little too close to me. I'm not going to be able to get that freed up. Oops. Come on out. There we go. Nailed it. Alright, so it was break free. Just wanted to make sure. Might have to adjust that a little bit, I guess, as far as that doesn't happen for... Anyway, so we'll get this set up like this. And let's entertain for a second. Let's say this is a loaded from a field. We did some wheat or something like that. And take it over to the location. Now, as far as it is right now, it is not set up to deliver to sell points. As far as that goes. So I want to make that immediately clear. So we are currently sitting right here. There is no splines yet, I guess, as far as going into the different sell points, but we can test this real quick, just to see what it will do. Yeah, let's entertain this for a second. So let's do AI tasking, go into that mode, and let's do a create job, and we want it to load and deliver. Actually, deliver to, now we got the two main sell points in Billy Bob's, that's on the east. There's definitely no splines over there yet, so it shows you that's blinking there. We want to go over to all the productions. None of those it should go to just yet. We don't have any splines going to that Dollar General. United Cooperative, so we're going to have it go over here. Just test this really quick. I'm assuming this is not going to work, and that's probably going to be for good reason, because like I said, there's no splines going to it. Just to kind of give you all a clue. And then I will run where we do have splines, as far as around the majority of the central part of the map. Let's go ahead and start that. See if he'll do it. We didn't initially get is going. Did he quit on me? I guess he did. Okay, I was thinking he would move a little bit, but I guess not. Nope. Okay, so he's not even going to go at all. Cancel that. Okay, so it's yeah, so we'll get that fixed up. Let's have it go from here to, let me pick a spot. Let's go over to the main cow farm, just for the heck of it. So we'll go create it, set a destination. So this is the two different methods. So obviously the other method, as you've seen, and I'm still getting used to this myself. This is a new feature, I guess, as far as from 22. I don't typically use this function myself, but understanding there are quite a people that do like to use that feature, that new feature in here. So this is another reason why taking a little bit more effort, I guess, as far as to get that working properly, so that there's no displeasure, I guess, as far as by people who play it. Okay. Position block or is unreachable. That's not cool. Okay, that shouldn't be happening. That should be able to drive there. Oh, you know what? Did I not cancel that one? I thought I did. This one's still blinking over here. Why is it doing that? Let me do... I'm gonna back that right out of there. Did I not unhire. Okay, so that goes immediately. So regardless if you go in the escape menu, go here, you should be able to just hire. I'm just trying to figure out why. That one should already been canceled. Why is this still blinking though? That shouldn't be blinking. Try just to go to. Okay, let's try it this way then. And we want it to go. Like I said, I'm still kind of a noob with this, so I guess we gotta pick the location. You have to bear with me on this, I'm still new at this too. And we should be able to start. Should go. Nope. Target is unreachable. That should not be happening. Oh, okay, let's do a set destination. Okay, looks like he's moving now. There he goes. Okay, definitely should be working that way. So that was on using set destination. So again, right as for right now, as far as when you go to the pull down, as far as like to have it delivered to like a sell point, those aren't all done yet. So if you just want to do a go-to, you know, just a random spot. So say we're down on the field, we want to just take it back to the farm and have it drive, I guess, as far as there. Obviously, you cannot, you know, as far as field work, that works differently, I guess, as far as than just having it do something that's outside of field work. So that's just kind of what's a really nice feature, I guess, as far as with Farms from 22. If you want AI, I guess, as far as to take your equipment back to the farm, so you don't have to do that all yourself, you have this option. So yeah, these are all based on splines, as far as using AI splines, so you can see how well they navigate. Now, this is the bulk of where the paved roads, I guess, as far as are done. What hasn't been done yet is the individual sell points and stuff. You know, as far as over at the Dollar General, over at Billy Bob's, over at United Cooperative, so as I already tried to test there, it basically just spits it out as unreachable. And that's mainly because there's no splines there yet. So all that will get done, I guess, as far as between post stream today and by next week. So we'll get that all done. It's not nearly as difficult as I was making it a little bit more difficult, I guess, as far as like that. Like I said, all the insight that we've gotten from Ola that has chimed in here on the stream here and has given a lot of insight. So I'm not exactly sure where I put that spot, I guess, as far as here, but see, there's no spline here. So the AI is still just kind of feeling out the textures. So that's the second thing that the AI, when you assign it, say now it's done. So I might have had the rotation wrong, and that might be why it turned around. I'm not sure. But anyway, it did make it over here to where I had set the destination. So that much is working, and that will be much the case, I guess, as far as for any place that you choose, at least for the time being, I guess, as far as that's in the central part of the map. So the outreaches of the map, for example, as far as if I was to try to go to the racetrack and go around this area, it wouldn't probably do it as well. In fact, let's go ahead and entertain that real quick. Now that that task is done, let's do set destination, and we'll pick it. We'll have it go over here. Now it'll probably do it, but it's going to be really, really funky as far as how it does it. Let's rotation that way. Let's see if he'll actually do it. Now there are splines. Don't knock the. Oh, he knocked the. He knocked the mailbox over. Those will reset. So the majority of the road signs and the mailboxes will reset. So even as we as humans, I guess, as far as sending knock those types of things out, the AI can tend to do that as well. That's to be expected. So there are splines, I guess, as far as down this road. The hesitation that you notice there, I guess, as far as it's just feeling out, because it's got those slight deviations from being straight. So if there's any curvature, I guess, as far as in the spline or whatever like that, it's going to always slow down. So there's turns there, it's slowing down to sniff it out. That's to be expected. But the fact that he does stay on the road. Now, once he gets gets past, we'll see this happen here. So what should happen is the next intersection that comes up, and by the time he gets up to the racetrack, as far as the turn in there, that's where it's going to get a little bit confused, because there's no splines at all, I guess, as far as going around areas like the racetrack. And I have kind of considered, I guess, as far as to put just the spline into the placeable for that, instead of putting any type of splines, I guess, as far as on the map itself. That way, if you do tend to want to yank that placeable, this is where he's going to get a little bit confused. Yep, see, he's trying to feel it out, because there's no spline going that way just yet. So this is what I was expecting it to do. So right now, all the AI is doing is just using the textures of the map, I guess, as far as to find its way around, based on that point that I put on the map. So this is what has been smoothed out. So you saw how smooth you drove, I guess, as far as up until that point of that turn. This is all just the AI trying to sniff out the texture, all the AI drive costs based on map texture. So be it the dirt, the grass, the gravel, asphalt, so on and so forth. He's actually not doing bad, but you can see how wonky it is. It's very erratic and so on. The AI splines definitely do smooth it out quite a bit. So he's getting there. Maybe not the best way, but definitely smooths it out a little bit better putting the splines. So these are the types of things that'll be worked on, like I said, between now and the end of next week. And hopefully we'll have something out there and done for y'all to be able to enjoy. I do appreciate everybody that did drop by, I guess, as far as for this week's rendition of Spline Design Studios. That's about really all that I have. Okay, so they're done. They made it to the point that I put on the map. It was a little bit crazy, but we made it. Sweet. Alright, so we just kind of followed them there. That's all we did. And we did get the notification there at the top right, I guess, as far as that it did complete its task. And there you have it, folks. So we did a little bit of work on the racetrack. I think the only thing in addition that we'll be doing to the racetrack, I won't do it during stream, we'll do this all post-fact. We'll be adding some more lighting, I guess, as far as the infield. But I did definitely want to show, I guess, as far as, you know, how the progress was going on the racetrack. We do have it purchased, so now that we do have it purchased, we do have use of the gates. This is one big advantage, I guess, as far as to purchasing the land, I guess, as far as what the racetrack, as you will have use of the gates to be able to get your vehicles in and out of the track. So that's one solid use, I guess, as far as for that. And but like I said, even if you don't buy it, you do have the means, I guess, as far as to create a ramp based on the loose junk, I guess, as far as that's here, as far as the boards. Or if you got a vehicle, I guess, as far as it's big enough, you just go ahead and climb the wall. So there's that. That sign really turned out good. Our wall logo, I guess, as far as turned out really good. Other than just probably adding some more lights, like I said, I guess, as far as I think that's about it. So I do hope everybody did enjoy this again. I know I sound like a broken record, but that's really about all I got, I guess, as far as to show everybody. Lots of progress being made with the map, and I'm looking forward, I guess, as far as getting out there pretty soon. And I know that probably sounds a little bit cliche, but definitely be on the lookout for within, if not by the end of next week, probably the week after. It's probably going to be before the end of this month at this point. Everything is really shaping up, I guess, as far as to that fact. So hope everybody does have a fantastic rest of your weekend. I'm going to take a look here real quick and see who do we got right out to. So we're going to be closing out a little bit earlier than we usually do, I guess, as far as I net, but not all that unfortunate, but I think I know where we're going to go to. Oh, he's playing. I don't know if anybody wants any spoilers for Star Wars Jedi as far as Survivor, the latest Star Wars game. But I wanted to check this out myself. So if you don't want to join in on the raid, totally understand if you don't want any spoilers, I guess, as far as what's going on with that game. I'm going to go over there and check out John Von Zabi. He's got a very good friend of the channel, and we got a lot of custom redeems, I guess, as far as for sounds that are courtesy of John Von Zombie. So I do hope some of you still here, I guess, as far as will join me on the raid. If not, totally understandable, especially if you don't want any spoilers, I guess, about the new Star Wars Jedi Survivor that's out. But that's where I'm going to be raiding out to, I guess, as far as on the outro of the stream. Hopefully to see you all here again, I guess, as far as possibly a Tuesday trucking stream. No guarantee. It's always tentative, I guess, as far as with that, but there's always the potential. If nothing else, no later than Wednesday, I guess, as far as for whatever Wednesday in support of Winter Warrior Project, continuing the playthrough of Manbazu. We need to figure out how to get all the parts that got unbolted, I guess, as far as to the scrap coning, because we did get it towed from the scrapyard, and in the process of getting it towed, a lot of the parts on the coning got undone. So it's going to be really interesting, I guess, as far as how to get all the stuff on there. So if you want to tune in for that, if you're not following the channel already, make sure you're doing that to get notifications when the streams are live. And also check out all the social medias that are posted to the channel. Let me go ahead and put these out in chat as well. Do not miss a beat, I guess, as far as what's going on in between streams. So we got the Rock Nation Discord. I'm also on the Twitter, and we got our Spline Design Studios Facebook group page that serves as our forum for our modding website, splinedesignstudios.com. That's where you can expect this map to be released. Once it is officially released, is going to be posted there. It is on that. Oh, Evan the Bandito coming in with the horse fart. Or just coming in here in time, I guess, as far as for us to raid out over to John Von. That sound effect that you just played there is actually courtesy of where we're going right now. John Von Zombie. He is playing, like I said, that new game for Star Wars Jedi Survivor. So if you don't want any spoilers about that game, totally understandable if you don't join in on the raid. But if nothing else, come on over with me. That's where I'm going to be heading post stream. And not only do I want to check out this Jedi Survivor game, but also, you know, pay him a thank you, I guess, as far as for the custom redeems that we have, the sound alerts. Those are courtesy of John Von, like I said. So we'll talk to everybody later, and bye for now.